Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the webinar Science Behind Justice. Learn the technologies involved in the solving of crimes. Under the Department of Forensic Science, RR Institute of Management Studies, Bangalore, I, Professor Ellen Thomas, feels honored to begin with this session. Before we dive into the webinar, I would like to introduce you all about our institution. RR Institution. Our motto is to explore, enrich, evolve. It was established in 1993 under the PKM Education Trust, set by the backbone of the institution, Sri Y. Raja Reddy Sir, founder, chairman of PKM Education Trust, Nadaprabhu Kempegowda Awardee. Also, our guiding illuminary director, Sri Arun H.R. Sir, and our meticulous secretary, Sir, Sri Kiran H.R. Sir, with a glorious journey of 32 years of academic excellence. The institution spreads across a ravishing 27 acres green campus located at Chikkabanavara, Bangalore, accessible by road, metro, and rail. RR Institute offers a plethora of courses such as management studies, advanced studies, technologies, nursing, pharmacy, polytechnic, education, schools, and hospitals. We have a wide range of amenities, great infrastructure, auditorium, amphitheater, cultural fest, including academic excellence. RR Institute of Management Studies. RR Institute of Management Studies is an exuberant part of RR institution which was established in the year 2009. We offer a wide variety of undergraduate courses such as Bachelor of Science in Forensic Science, Bachelor of Business Administration in Management and Aviation Management, Bachelor of Commerce, Bachelor of Computer Application, and Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Additionally, we offer
Slide is not moving.
Additionally, we offer postgraduate courses such as Master of Science in Forensic Science with specialization in cybersecurity, Master of Computer Application, and Master of Business Administration. Is the slide moving, sir?
Yes. Yeah, now it's moving. Yeah.
What exactly is forensic science? Forensic science is the application of scientific principles and procedure to prove or disprove disputes under the criminal justice system. Forensic science is an amalgamation of science streams such as physics, chemistry, biology, and computer science, and their scientific techniques inherently interdisciplinary. The Department of Forensic Science. We were the first college to be affiliated under Bangalore University with over 250 plus students. Our department is dedicated to provide comprehensive and in-depth learning experience in the fascinating field of forensic science through curricular, practical exposure, and hands-on training. We also equip our students with knowledge skills, critical thinking capabilities, and ethical professional values necessary to excel in their dynamic discipline. Our team is equipped with highly skillful professionals with an average experience of 5 to 6 years. Our department is led by the paramount principal, Sir, Dr. Janardhan G. Shetty. The head of the department, Professor Gayatri V., who is the postgraduate in forensic science specialized in question documents and fingerprint. She is also pursuing her Doctor of Philosophy. She is also has qualified her UGC NET and FAT. Professor Ashwin TP, Assistant Professor. He is a UGC NET qualified forensic science postgraduate specialized in forensic biology and DNA forensics. For Professor Ananya Raj, Assistant Professor, she is a UGC NET qualified and FACT qualified forensic science postgraduate specialized in forensic chemistry and toxicology. Professor Anushri Rajivan, Assistant Professor, she is a UGC NET qualified forensic science postgraduate specialized in forensic chemistry and toxicology. Professor Ellen Thomas, Assistant Professor, she is a forensic biotechnology postgraduate specialized in nanobiotechnology. Professor Sriram KY, Assistant Professor, he is a forensic science postgraduate specialized in digital forensics and cybersecurity. Professor Harshita Toshniwal, Assistant Professor, she is fact qualified and has pursued her post-graduation in forensic science with specialization in forensic chemistry and toxicology. Our department also includes language faculty. Our English faculty, Ms. Shashikala, Assistant Professor. Our Malayalam faculty, Ms. Akila Gopakumar, Assistant Professor. Kannada faculty, Ms. Shruti KS, Assistant Professor, and Hindi faculty, Ms. Mansha Pathak, Assistant Professor. Our laboratory practices offers 100% of practical exposure for students throughout their curriculum, as well as during the student research held. Few of the practical researchers include theory as well as exposure to HPLC, UV visible spectroscopy, and chemical analysis. Then solvent extraction of drugs, sulfur-molybdic acid test for ethanol analysis, also microscopical examination such as crystal test of blood identification, examination of pollen grains, and hair examination, which are some of the common practices held in the forensic science laboratory. We also offer extensive throughput practices for crime scene investigation by establishing crime scene simulation. Also, we encourage and give practical exposure to students for collection and development of fingerprint. Now, let's have a glimpse of our laboratory practices conducted in our institution and department. Thank you. Now, I invite Professor Ashwin PP, Assistant Professor of Department of Forensic Science, to talk about domains of forensic science.
So a very good day, good Sunday morning, everyone. My name is Ashwin PP. I'm Assistant Professor of Forensic Science, working in Department of Forensic Science, RRIMS. I think Miss Ellen ma'am has given a very good introduction about our esteemed RI institution and about the forensic science and introduction. Okay. So now, you must be very curious. The students out there must be very curious about to know like what is inside in forensic science, or if you're joining into forensic science, what we are supposed to learn. Okay, so I will be explaining, I will be just briefing it. I will take the questions as well. So first I will be briefing the different domains that you are going to learn in forensic science if you are joining the course. Okay, so let's see what are those. So here we go. For today's this session by me, I'll be explaining these major domains. Okay, the first one is crime scene investigation, forensic toxicology, forensic chemistry, cyber forensics, forensic dermatographics, question documents, forensic biology, forensic psychology, forensic ballistics, forensic physics. Okay, so I know this is a little bit scary. Chemistry is there, biology is there, then some unknown terms, ballistics, dermatoglyphics. No, it is not that tough. Like we'll be using for the entire course for the forensics, we'll be using different principles from biology, chemistry, and physics. Okay, so let's dive into the first domain, that is crime scene investigation. So we know basically, right, what is a crime scene? A crime scene is a place where crime happens, right? So, what, as a crime scene investigator, we are the one who is going to the crime scene on the first instant. And what is our responsibility? Our responsibility is to identify the evidence, collect the evidence, and get it into the forensic science laboratory. Okay. So here we can see one picture on the current slide, that is evidence labeling. Okay. So we have well equipped to set up mock crime scenes in our lab, and our students are performing the crime scene investigation. Okay, so I would like to tell what kind of roles, if you are going to specialize in the field of crime scene investigator, you can see scene of crime officer, also known as SOCO officer. I think Karnataka is one of the first states all across India introduced this SOCO officer. Okay, every police station, major police stations will be having one scene of crime officer, and they will be assisting the police in the crime scene. Okay, the next one is crime scene investigator. All across India, we do have forensic science laboratories, government forensic science laboratories, and there will be a post called crime scene investigator. They will be going to the crime scene. Okay, so this is all about the first division. Okay, let's go to second domain that you are going to learn in the course of forensic science, that is forensic toxicology. Maybe in your PU you heard about toxic substances, right? Okay, so here in this field, we are going to deal with poisons or anything that can harm our body, right? Anything that can lead to the death. It can be a solid substance, it can be a liquid substance, it can be even gaseous. Okay, so in forensic toxicology, what we are going to learn? We are going to learn about the cause of death investigations, how death happened, or what kind of substance caused to the death of that person. It can be a poison, it can be alcohol, or it can be an overdose of any normal drugs. So it is the job of a forensic toxicologist to find out. Then doping in sports. Sports person will use some sort of chemicals to enhance their performance. And it is our duty to give the analysis and submit the report whether the person has used some sort of dopings. Then it is very common drunk driving cases, DUI. We have to find the amount of alcohol present in the person's blood. Then substance abuse monitoring. It's a very common term. We can call it as narcotics. It is coming under toxicology and chemistry. What we are doing, we will be seizing drugs. We have to analyze it, or we have to find out the presence of drugs in the blood of person. Okay. So here the job roles in this field is scientific officer. As I said, we have FSLs across India. There will be a job called scientific officer toxicology or toxicologist analyst in private industries. The job is not just limited to government industry. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So let's go to the next one. That is forensic chemistry. Okay. Forensic toxicology and chemistry is actually interrelated, but it is considered as a different domain. So both are dealing with chemicals. And in forensic chemistry, we'll be investigating some different types of crimes. Okay. So what is the first one? That is arson investigation. What is arson? This might be a new term for the students, right? Arson means someone is setting up a crime with an intention. Okay. So it is a forensic chemist who will be going to the crime scene, collecting the samples from arson cases, and they will analyze how the fire started in the crime scene or what type of substance has been used to lit the area. Then next one is drug seizures. Different types of synthetic and natural drugs are, right now it is a very major concern if you're talking about India. So what we will do, we will identify the illegal drugs, adulterants, and fake medicines. After doing the analysis, we will submit the report in the court of law. Then explosive analysis, bomb blasters, what type of materials has been used to prepare the bomb. That is also our part. Then counterfeit production detection. Okay, that if some substance that we are eating or drinking, whatever it is, if we are counterfeiting to reduce the price, okay, we will be analyzing that one and we will be submitting the report. So again, we are going to the job roles in forensic chemistry. That in case if you are specializing in this field, your job roles are arson investigator, of course, then drug analyst and forensically chemistry expert. See, this all are coming under government FSLs, and also there are private forensics labs giving these roles. Okay. So going to the next domain, that is forensic biology. So comparing to all of the domains that we have discussed before, forensic biology is one of the biggest and mostly utilized department, we can say. Why? Because it includes a wide range of subparts. Okay. Well, the first one is DNA forensics. As we can see on the slide, it is DNA profiling in criminal cases. You know, right? You might have learned in your PU that is DNA is something that unique to every person. So we will use that particular principle to identify persons that we might be getting different types of biological samples like blood, urine, saliva. We'll be collecting these and we'll be extracting the DNA. Then we will profile it. Then we will find it, try to match with the suspect and the sample we got from the crime scene. Okay. Next one is paternity and relationship testing. Of course, our DNA is getting transferred from our parents to the offsprings. So there might be a relation between the parent and offspring, and we will check whether the offsprings are related to the parent or not. Next is sexual assault investigation, very common, that we will find, we will try to get a match with the suspect and the sample collected from the crime scene. Then wildlife forensics, you know about that, right? There is hunting going on, poaching, then smuggling of some, extinct or vulnerable trees and all. Okay, so there also we are using forensic biology. Job roles are again scientific officer in biology, then serological analyst. Okay, in private industries. Next domain is forensic documents. Okay, this is one of the very fascinating domain for me, because you know that, right? You might have faked your signatures maybe, or your handwriting, whether in your life. Okay, so here we have question document examiners to find out these kind of fakings and forgeries. You may see in the slide this number 841.25, 341.25. Okay, dollars. So the actual figure is $341.25, and it got forged into 8 for $1.25. See how accurate it is? No doubt, nothing. But of course, we have question document examiners here. We will find it out whether there is any kind of alteration made in document. We have techniques and technology. Okay, so the first job of question document examiner is signature and handwriting verifications. We know that our signatures and handwriting is a unique, like our DNA and fingerprints. Okay, then we have forgery detection. We are faking identity cards, then mark sheets, then passports. No, even if you're faking it, it is very easy to find nowadays because of the technology has reached such a great level. Okay, then ink and paper analysis. Yes, ink is also unique. That is one thing. Next one is corporate and bank fraud cases. Very serious cases. We can see someone is forging the checks. Someone is forging the highly confidential bills. Okay, all this will be checked by a question document examiner to find out whether there is any forging or alterations happened. And the job roles are scientific officer, question document, then handwriting and signature analyst. So this job has some freelancing aspect. Once you are specialized in question documents, you have a great opportunity to freelance in that field, that you can become a question document examiner yourself. And if you're interested in starting a startup, you can go for that. Okay, that's all about for question documents. Let's move into forensic dermatoglyphics. Dermatoglyphics is a new term. I think you understood from the photos that you have seen what it is actually meant. So dermatoglyphics, we are talking about dermatoglyphics. It is a study of ridges on our fingerprints, like these ridges. Here we have ridges, and also our soles. Soles are also having ridges. We are going to learn about these ridges. And why we have to learn about these ridges? Because these ridges are unique to every individual. Okay, that's why we are studying it. And where we are applying this forensic dermatoglyphics? That is one question. Theft and burglary cases. Those who are coming to your house and breaking in, they might leave their fingerprints in the crime scene. Here we have the fingerprint examiner coming to the crime scene, and they will collect it. Okay, and they will match it. And then document frauds, again, we are using our fingerprints for in replacing the signature. That will also happen. Then weapon handling, if you're using some sort of weapons in your hand, that will transfer your fingerprints to the weapon. We can collect the fingerprints from the weapon as well. Then identity verification, very common nowadays, because even in our mobile phones, we are using biometrics. Okay, biometrics is also using our fingerprints for the individual or unique verification identity. So if talking about the job roles, again, we have scientific officer, fingerprint, and visa verification. Visa verification officers. We are using the biometrics, and we can get a job there as well. Okay, and scientific officer fingerprint in forensic labs. Okay, so let's move to the next domain, that is cyber forensics. We're talking about cyber forensics. We have learned about so many domains previously. We have learned about some sort of evidences as well. But cyber forensics is very different from all those kind of domains. Why? Because previously we dealt with physical evidences, right? In cyber forensics, we don't have that kind of physical evidences that we can touch and feel. Okay, here we are dealing with numbers 010101. Right, you know that, right? You might well learn in computer applications in your theory. So, as a cyber forensic analyst, what is our job? Our job is to collect the evidence from the digital devices, then preserve it, and then analyze it. Okay, you might have I can tell something that is very common. You have one device and you have deleted some of the data. Okay, now if you will be thinking that it will be very difficult to retrieve the data. No, it is not. If you have a digital forensic analyst or cyber forensic analyst, it is very easy, because we have enough technology and tools to retrieve the deleted files. That is a very common thing. Okay, and the cyber forensic analyst will be going through the cyber crime investigations. These are very common terms here that you might have learned about: hacking, phishing, cyber stalking, ransomware, and online scams. Okay, these all are getting investigated by the cyber forensic analyst. Then mobile phone forensics, everything related to the mobile phones. Okay, then bank fraud and digital theft. This very common term that you heard will be OTP scam. Someone is sending an OTP, someone is asking for an OTP, and you are telling it, you are losing your money from your bank account, right? So this also can be traced in different ways. You will be learning it in cyber forensics. Then data recovery in criminal cases. Okay, as I said before, deleting data will not delete everything. We can retrieve it. So if you're talking about the job roles, cyber forensics field is having equal opportunities in government sector and private sector. Okay, let me talk about the private sector because it is very diverse. Uh, See, these MNCs, we have so many MNCs in our country. Like if you're talking about EY, we have PwC, we have KPMG, then Deloitte, right? These are not limited to these MNCs, but if you're talking about banks as well, these are recruiting, risk assessment officers or SLP. We call it as security loss prevention officers. When due diligence, these are very, these job opportunities are open to MSc Forensic Science postgraduate students as well. Okay. And then if you're going to the government sector, yes, it is. Every labs across India, forensic science laboratories across India is having the post of scientific officer in cyber forensics. Okay. That is one thing. The next, forensic ballistics. Ballistics will be a new term, but as you have seen in photos, the bullets and guns, you might have already got the idea. What is it? Okay. We'll be dealing with guns. The forensic ballistics scientist will be dealing with guns, then the bullets, then the cartridges. Okay. So what is it? If there is a shooting incident, and it is a shooting incident, and of course we'll be dealing with bullets and other guns. Okay, so we'll be going to the crime scene, we'll be collecting the evidences, and we have to analyze which type of gun it is and what type of bullets are used in the gun, and where are these guns are mostly sold, and a lot of things, right? Then gun shot residue detection. That is a very important and fascinating thing that you can learn. Like, so if in case you assume that you are using a gun, okay, you're using a gun, you someone has killed a person using a gun, and when the investigation is going, that person told, no, I didn't use any gun. I didn't use any gun for last 1 month. Maybe he can tell like that. Okay, but here we have the GSR. If you're operating a gun, there will be gunpowder settled on your fingers. I mean, on these palm areas. Okay. Even if you're washing it, this will not go away. So a forensic ballistic expert can recover these GSR from your hand and say whether that person has used or handled gun in any near time. Very interesting, right? Then accidental versus intentional firing. Okay, we can easily differentiate. A forensic ballistic expert can easily differentiate whether the person has shot with an intention or he made the shot accidentally that led to the death of a person. Okay, so this is all about ballistics. It's mainly dealing with guns and bullets. Okay, let's move to the next domain. What is it? Yes, it is forensic physics. Okay, physics. I think I hope there are so many neat aspirants listening to me. They might have learned physics for 3, 4 repetitions, right? So we are not actually using the exact physics it is, but we'll be using some principles that will assist us to solving the crimes. Okay. So what we are using, accident reconstruction. Consider hit and run case happened. I mean, a crash happened. Okay. So what we will do, when the forensic physicist is going to the crime scene, it is very important to determine the speed of the vehicle. Okay. Then the direction of hit. Then what kind of impact happened. Okay. So if all these things will be done, only can be done with an expert, and but of course they'll be having that kind of expertise, seeing the crash, looking into it, what kind of crash happened, they can easily determine it. I mean, what might be the speed of the car or the vehicle at the time of the crash, etc. Okay. Then explosion analysis measures the blast radius, force, and pressure. See, there will be bomb blasts you have seen. Okay. So it is the duty of a forensic physicist or a post-blast investigator. They'll be going to the crime scene and they will see what kind of blasting material can be used, or what kind of explosive they might have used, or what is the pressure that has been created after the explosion. Okay, what is the blast radius? To what is the distance that has been covered by the explosives? That is one thing. The next is glass and paint examination. I will tell you something that regarding the paint examination. See, we have automobiles, right? See, all these automobiles are brands are using a very different signature paint configuration. Let's take an example that we are going to check about Suzuki and Hyundai. So both these brands are having a very unique and signature paint configuration. From the crash scene, we got a piece of paint chip, and we can easily find that paint chip is belong to which company or which brand. Yes, it is fascinating as it is. We can narrow down our investigation to the car brand, right? This is how investigation is happening. Okay. Then tool mark analysis. Of course, every tool that we are using in the crime scene, someone is using a hammer to kill someone, someone is using a knife to kill someone, someone is using a screwdriver to kill someone. So these tools will make a separate kind of marks on the body or on the walls or on the doors, right? So with those marks, what we can do? We can find out what kind of tools they have used, isn't it? So again, coming to the job roles, it is scientific officer in physics. Okay, that is in forensic science laboratories across India. So next domain I'm going to talk about is forensic psychology. It is entirely a different domain from all others. Why? Because we are not going to deal with any physical evidences here. Let me start with an example. I will brief it with an example. Like, there might be a clash between two persons. Okay. And during investigation, the police found out that, yes, this clash happened because there was a issue. There was some issues between both of them. And it got proved. But not every time with the investigation, we are going to find out the reason between that clashes. You consider about serial killers. They don't have any particular reason to kill someone, right? There comes the role of forensic psychologist. Now, it is a job of the forensic psychologist to find out the mental, the mental processes, or what is going on in the mind of a criminal and why they're doing it. Okay, that is coming under the forensic psychologist. The forensic psychologist need to deduce those informations. So what we are going to deal with here, the mental health evaluations, right? If we have a culprit or if we have some person that has done the crime, then we have to do a forensic psychologist need to do a mental health evaluation of that person, whether that person is mentally fit while doing the crime or not. Then criminal profiling. That is one major field that forensic psychologists will be make a profile of that criminal. How we will make a profile? What is mean by criminal profiling? See, if you're talking about a serial killer, always the killer will be using some signatures or leaving some signatures in the crime. It can be the type of weapon they are using. It can be the type of locations they are choosing to kill someone. Or it can be some random, figures or symbols that will leave on the body. I mean, you might have seen so many Hollywood films and you very, common with this, right? So based on these things, it is a job of forensic psychologist to come up with a forensic, criminal profiling. Okay. Next is juvenile delinquency cases. Very important. These are the cases that dealt with the persons less than 18 years. There is a very important need of forensic psychologists for the counseling and other purposes. Okay. Courtroom testimonies. So after getting the mental health evaluation of the culprit or after making the criminal profiling, it is the duty of the forensic psychologist to go to the court and give a testimonies. Okay. Rehabilitation and counseling. As you know, our law in India is not just limited to punishment. Our law is very good with rehabilitation and counseling. So for this purpose, rehabilitation means one person has... No, someone is talking. Okay, let's continue. So rehabilitation means if someone is doing some crime, they got punished, they are going to the jail. Now, they just did that crime doesn't mean it is their life should end in the jail. Okay, we will be giving them a chance to reintegrate into the society. Okay, so forensic psychologist is a part of reintegration. Then coming to the job roles, as a criminal profiling expert and forensic psychologist, not in labs basically. Basically, these jobs are mostly concentrated in the prisons. The prisons they will be having, government will be having forensic psychologist for that purpose. Okay, so that's the end of domains. See, we are not limited to these domains. I have discussed the major domain that we are going to learn in the course of forensic science. There are a lot of subdomains we will be discussing. Okay. So, as the domains have came to an end, now we will look into our alumni feedback. Okay, you can listen to our alumni feedback who has already passed out from our Department of Forensic Science. Okay, let's go into that.
It's a true honor to speak today as an alumnus of Para Institute of Management Studies, where I pursued my BSc in Forensic Science. My journey here was not just about textbooks and exams. It was about discovery, discipline, and growth. The practical exposure we received, especially in labs and case-based learning, helped me understand the real-world side of forensics. However, gave me the confidence to face challenges and shaped me both professionally and personally. Proud to be a part of this institution and forever grateful for the experience. Thank you. I feel happy and honored today to stand here as an alumna of Para Institute of Management Studies, where I done my BSc Forensic Science for 2 years. I'll always be thankful for the years I spent. Our faculty members were always the backbone for our learning. They were also a part of our success. They were always approachable, friendly, and ready to help whenever we needed them. They were not just teachers, but mentors. College also organized workshops, seminars, and conferences which helped me to gain knowledge to the deeper. As for empathy, I'm proud and happy to be a alumni of Para and I carry these lessons and learnings throughout my life. Thank you so much.
I think you have seen the feedback from the last one, right? Now, the Department of Forensic Science, Professor Gayatri Ma'am, will explain about the unique practice within our Department of Forensic Science. Please, ma'am.
Good morning, all of you. I hope I am audible and visible both. Okay. Ms. Ellen ma'am and Mr. Ashwin sir has given you a brief idea about how our institute works and what are the domains of forensic science. Now, I will be giving you a gist upon why there is a need for you to choose RR Institute and the Department of Forensic Science through our unique practices. One of our kind is the national conference that we conducted in the year 2023 on the topic advancement of forensic science. So these two pictures indicate the inauguration of first national conference of the Department of Forensic Science and the guest speaker session, where the guest speaker gave an insight about the criminology and various domains related to the forensic science. This helped our students enrich knowledge in the actual field and also helped them to get contacts with various experts across India. Our second kind is industrial visit. We take our students to various industries for them to learn the practical exposure and what is happening in the real world scenario. So one of its kind is the Victoria Medical Hospital, where we had taken our students to observe the entire process of autopsy. Students had an opportunity to observe the process of autopsy and also collect liver samples, remove skull from the brain, and the various other organs, which are just simply termed as visceral organs, which are used in the part of the examination of toxicology. Now, the second industrial visit was to the Anthropological Survey of India, located in Mysore. This is one of the biggest and the largest DNA laboratory of India. Students observed various tribal community and how their way of living is. They also learned about the preservation of skeletal remains throughout ages, and they had an opportunity to interact with the scientists. Scientists there explained about the collection of DNA samples, process, extraction of the DNA samples, preservation of DNA samples, and also taught them about various databases that is available with them. The third visit was to the Karnataka Police Academy, Mysore. Karnataka Police Academy is known for its training of officers, some like sub-inspectors, inspectors, motor vehicle officers, and some cadre of civil servants. Now, one of the images are indicating the Ballistics Museum in KPA, where they had cannons, which was utilized in the Second World War, to the date machine guns. Our students had an opportunity to learn the entire process of firearm mechanism, how they are being preserved, and how police officers utilize them in case of defense. Now, the next image is indicating the fire simulation performed by the students in KPA. KPA has a dedicated fire simulator room where they utilize this to train their officers so that they understand the firing mechanism and understand the target reachability. Our student also had an opportunity to get a hands-on experience of this, where they learned about the firing mechanism of different guns, starting from the pistol till the AK-47, which is a machine gun. The next part of this is the moot court, which is there in KPA itself. Now, this is used for the mock trial to make the police officers understand how the prosecutor is going to start with the prosecution, how the defense defend the entire case, and what kind of justice is delivered by the judge during the mock trial. Now, in this, we as forensic experts play an important role because it is based upon our expert testimony, our evidence analysis, and the opinion that we have given. The prosecutor, defense lawyer, and the judge is going to decide whether a crime has happened or not. Our students had an opportunity to do this entire trial process in the moot court to understand the mock trial. Now, as a part of the curriculum, our second semester comprises fundamentals to criminal law, where the students study about various sections involving IPC, CRPC, and Indian Evidence Act, which is now BNS, BNSS, and BSA. So we had taken our students to understand the entire working structure of a criminal court located in Rupatunga Road, Bangalore, Chief Metropolitan Magistrate Court. Our students were sent to various benches across the court where they learned about the process of economic offenses, fraud investigations, dowry debts, and many more criminal cases where they involved themselves by understanding the importance of forensic evidences in solving these crimes. Now, one of our most best practice that you can talk about is value-added courses. We, the Department of Forensic Science, RR Institute, is known to provide value-added courses that is involving the corporate forensics. Now, the courses that is listed here, such as cybersecurity and ethical hacking, fraud investigation, risk assessment, and investigative psychology, are all dealt under the corporate world. And if students are interested working under the corporate world, even after doing their bachelor's and master's in forensic science, this is going to play an important role to them. Now, these are curated for minimum 45 hours to maximum 60 hours, almost being like a diploma in each of the course. And this course is entirely free of cost. We do not charge the students apart from the curriculum fees. These images indicate the workshops and the value-added courses that was conducted by the cybersecurity and the ethical hackers from the industrial expert. Student research article publications. We, the Department of Forensic Science, does just not concentrate only on the academic purpose. We also tell the students to enrich their knowledge by developing certain things that can actually stay long in the field of forensic science. One of its kind is where our students presented and published two articles and researches in an international journal of forensic science. One was the development of age-latent fingerprints from non-porous surfaces using molybdenum disulfide, and the other student did a work on the source of the writer in two different scripts, Kannada and Telugu. We sent our students to various national conferences and international conferences to present their ideas, where they had an opportunity to present the posters that in which they had did their own research. Our journey in the Department of Forensic Science is not just to the curriculum, theory, and practical. We engage live sessions for the students where students have various forensic activities as well. One of its kind is a poster presentation where the students involved themselves in the prevention of cybercrime, where they indicated that forensic scientist is just not to analyze the crime, but we are also involved in preventing the crime. They provided an awareness program and mental health, which indicates the importance of forensic psychology as a part of their curriculum. They presented various case studies. These case studies includes national and international importance, where forensic evidences played an important role in solving the crime. We also had an awareness program and hemophilia day where women plead. Results. Now, our department is actually proud of its 100% success rate. From the past 5 years of our academic experience, we have been seeing that all of the years we have had 100% results. Miss Pooja Mohanan A of the 2021 to 2024 batch was the university first rank holder. Coming to the placement opportunities, I hope Ashwin sir has discussed with you all about different domains and how private and government laboratories do take up in as different designations. Here I am showing you some of the companies which usually get into the recruitment of the forensic experts. Now, this is very limited. There are plenty available. The one that you see here, Directorate of Forensic Science Services, is the government sector that directly comes under the Ministry of Home Affairs, where they will be recruiting scientific officers, scene of crime officers, scientific experts, scientific assistants under Union Public Service Commission, that is UPSC, and Staff Selection Commission, that is SSC. Now, apart from this, we also have various private laboratories such as Sherlock Institute of Forensic Sciences, ProAccess Solutions, and Phoenix Screening Services, which are involved themselves into criminal investigations privately, document and fingerprint analysis, psychological profiling, where you can also be part of the private laboratory and enrich your knowledge. Now, the other things that you see here, such as like ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, or South Indian Bank, all these places are where you will get an opportunity to put yourself as a risk assessment or a due diligence officer. And you also have a cybercrime wing in all of the private and the national banks these days. So there is an option to be as a cybersecurity analyst as well in any of the private and the national banks. Coming to Flipkart and Accenture, security and vigilance is not something apart from forensic science. We are every time into the part of security and vigilance as well. In one of the paper in the domains of forensic sciences, security and vigilance. Now, Flipkart and Accenture and all is meant for its security service providers. And if you are specializing yourself in the field of security and vigilance, you have an opportunity to be part of the Flipkart or Accenture in the security services domain. You can also look into the risk assessment, transaction investigator domain, and also into various cybersecurity domains of the multinational companies. If you have any questions to put forward, you can ask. Thank you. Is there any questions?
Ma'am, can you just tell me about the internships that the university is providing to the students? Is there any internship part in the mid of second year or third year?
Sir, actually, as a part of the curriculum, in the sixth semester, students have to pursue their internship for a period of 15 days. Now, what we as a university is going to do is we will insist the students to go to various government laboratories and work under scene of crime offices. Our recent passed out batch of 85 has gone to various government laboratories and has worked under scene of crime offices. Now, that this was just purely based upon the recommendation letter that we give to the students. Students can reach out to the scene of crime officers and pursue their internship for a period of 15 days.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Any other questions? Any doubts that you have? You want to know more about the department, about forensic science?
How about job security in this field?
See, when you talk about jobs, the field of forensic science, BSc forensic science is going to be a very big umbrella term. Okay, so that is why we are curating some corporate forensic fields as well, so that we can provide you an opportunity in private sector. But if you check upon the government sectors, if you are more interested to the government sectors, then MSc Forensic Science with a specialization in one of the subject will make it more easier for you to enter into a government field than into a private field. You have actually good job security when it comes to BSc and MSc Forensic Science.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Ma'am, any job opportunity for CBI and government sector to RR institution?
Sir, CBI and government sectors, now any of the government sectors, we should understand that government has its own method of recruiting. So they will not have any tie-up with any of the official or colleges for the recruitment, but we are now training our students to crack all of the entrance exams so that they can get placed into them. So we will be throughout the 3-year period, we keep on giving the students about the various openings, how do they have to work into the openings, and we train them for that as well. So IB, Intelligence Bureau and CBCID is a part of the SSC openings. So through that, students can apply, but we are every time available for them to train them to crack the exam.
Ma'am, private sector vacancy is so late.
Private sector vacancies?
So late after BSc program is cleared.
After BSc program, there are private sector openings. That is why we are having a curated value-added course that can help them enrich their skill development.
Thanks, ma'am.
Thank you. We are also offering Masters in Forensic Science with Cybersecurity as the specialization. It's one of the, or only one of the college under the Bangalore University with Cybersecurity as specialization. So if you are interested in cybersecurity, you can also look into our MSc course. Any other questions?
Ma'am, is the integrated courses available like BSc and MSc? Can we do an integration?
Yes, sir. You can do an integrated course if you are interested into it.
What is the advantage of the integrated course?
The advantage of integrated course would be that, you will be able to take up a lot of cybersecurity domains. No, when you are talking about cybersecurity as the specialization, only we are offering cybersecurity. So you are having both proprietary and open source tools that we are dealing with. If you're going to take an integrated, we will start teaching to learn in your master's first year itself that you can utilize it for your 2 years program. And we are also sending you to a internship place where they will help you to go to the companies, reach out there and do the program completely.
Okay.
Because it's a 5-year complete course, you will understand from the basic to the advanced complete.
Ma'am, RR institution is full private.
Sir, we are a private trust-based management, but we are affiliated to the Bangalore University. Our curriculum is through the Bangalore University.
Ma'am, when session is started for BSc Forensic Science?
2020, sir.
Ma'am, the job opportunity of after BSc clear is only private sector, no government sector.
Sir, actually in government sector, currently only Karnataka government is having scene of crime officers, where they will be taking BSc Forensic Science as the eligibility criteria. But when you're going with a specialization, you have wider, more opportunities, right?
Thanks, ma'am.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Ma'am, when will this year batch will start?
From the next month, July.
Ma'am, batches started so second week of July or third week of July.
Sir, it should be probably from the first week end of the July. We will update you through your mail conversations based upon the admission.
Let
End
me
of July.
let me add here. We are starting tentatively. We are starting on 30th of this month, that 30th of June, because admission is in full swing. So we have planned to start our classes from 30th of June. But of course, there are deferred dates also. We have totally 3 sections. As and when sections are full, we are starting with the class. Gayatri, we can leave behind our contacts and any more questions,
Sure.
they connect with us.
Yeah, sure. So here you can contact to me or to principal sir through mail ID, and we have left our phone numbers as well. We are also available in LinkedIn. You can drop us a message in the LinkedIn. We will reply you back for any of the queries that you have. Before ending the session, I would like you to take you through the infrastructure facilities of RR. You can go through the video and then we will end the session.
Ma'am, I am joined for August. This month of August so late for BSc
Sorry,
forensic course.
sorry, sir.
Ma'am, I am joined for the BSc forensic course for the month of August. So I
You
am
joined.
late.
No issues. No issues. We, as I said before, we are having deferred, classes. I think, the first, week of August also you can join. Not an issue.
I hope the webinar session was an insight for all of you to learn about what is forensic science and what are the job opportunities of forensic science. We're looking forward for your admissions. welcome all of you to the RR institutions.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all.